Welcome. Today on our Entrepreneurship Talk, we have two guests. I would like to welcome Maxime and Noor, who came here today to speak about their sustainable project about spoons. Ice cream spoons, if I heard right. Welcome you both. How are you doing?
Hey,
Hey there.
good. Thank you.
I heard a lot about the incredible high plastic consumption in Germany and all over the world, and the resulting plastic waste pollution. We have tons of problems these days. I'm aware that also the ice cream market produces a lot of plastic. But how are ice cream spoons a big issue?
Yeah, plastic pollution is a big topic nowadays. Well, ice cream spoons are made of plastic, and over 360 million plastic spoons are thrown away every year, alone in Germany. That's why we came up with the idea of sustainable and eatable ice cream spoons to reduce the amount of plastic you just talked about. We created a recipe for a spoon which is tasty and at the same time hot enough to be used as a normal spoon. Our company's name reflects that, Spoontainable. It's a combination out of spoon and sustainable.
Wow, that's incredible. But do you really think it's going to change something? Is it good enough to make a difference?
So it's like that. All over the world, more than 8 million tons of plastic waste end up in the ocean every year. Therefore, our project is supposed to be a step into the right direction. We are aware that it's not going to change the entire world, but at least it changes something. It could be a step forward to help decrease at least the size of the garbage island in the ocean.
And we of course know that we are not only the only ones trying to save the world. And there are also companies which produce comparable products, like for example bakeries in India. But there's none yet here in the German-speaking area. Of course, the plastic spoons are the biggest product we will have to fight against. But that's the main aim of our whole project, right?
All right, that sounds fair. How are you going to distribute it? Whom are you going to sell it?
Well, we will sell our product to ice cream shops as well as their own suppliers. So it's kind of a B2B business. The suppliers are the most efficient ones for us because they already have their own network. And the spoons ourselves, they could be added in the product, in the contents, for example, in the covers. But the end customer also could be B2C, of course, such as every ice cream lover like me and you, I hope. During our research in the beginning, we talked to various people directly and through online surveys, and we got a lot of feedbacks, luckily. It varies, of course. A food product is always subjective, but the idea behind it is not. Would you like to hear more about it?
Sure, that would be awesome.
Well then, let's listen to what Laura, a student we met at the university, had to say about our spoons.
So I just tried the new spoon of the company Spoontainable, which is actually a sustainable spoon for eating ice cream. And I think it's really interesting because I've never seen something just quite like it, and to have the possibility to actually eat it afterwards is something which is even like a nice add-on. I think the spoon doesn't get soft when you eat the ice cream, which is something really great because the first impression was that it might, break or something, but that's really not a problem. And I didn't taste it so far, so I'm really excited about how it's gonna taste when I try it. And yeah, it's a really, really positive first impression, I must say. And it looks natural, which I like, because those white plastic spoons, I think they don't match like our time nowadays. So it's a really good first impression.
Thanks for that. She sounded really happy. But that's only one person, right? Are all the people you talk to aware of the problem and happy with your solution?
Yeah, well, more than 50% of the respondents said that the reduction of plastic waste is very important for them.
Do you believe those answers? Do you take them into account for the development of the product? I mean, if you look around, you see takeaway boxes and plastic bags everywhere, right?
Well, we are of course aware of the limitations of the surveys. When it comes to asking consumers to change their behavior radically. For example, in the ice cream shops, they are not thinking of the plastic waste that they are going to produce. They are just thinking about the flavor of the ice cream and the price probably. Or they are not thinking at all and just enjoying the ice cream. That's why we are going to keep investing in monitoring consumers' behavior when it comes to buying the spoons. to come up with a way of making them aware of the importance of their simple action as buying a normal spoon or a sustainable one.
I see. So, what are you taking away from your surveys?
Even though we are aware that our observations and surveys are often a subject of social desirability, of course, we had the opportunity to learn something. For example, people are often not aware of the big plastic pollution. We have to talk about it, teaching it in schools and universities, for example. This will imply focusing more on our marketing. We want to create a symbol. When consumers see our spoons, they will be aware of the impact that they will have on the world. One of the goals is to create a mindset about the relationship between the plastic and the responsibility of the future damage. Since we started with the project, we see plastic pollution everywhere, and we try to avoid it. Even if it's just a cup to go, it's just not necessary. There's a lot of things everyone can change without a lot of effort. And with our spoons, we want to help them achieve it.
I can imagine that the project changed your mindset. But did all this make you rethink your project once?
Yes, indeed. We want to change the idea behind it. It's the same spoon. That means eatable, healthy, and crispy. But we want to redirect the marketing campaign. We want to focus more on sustainability than about the action of eating the spoons. After eating the ice cream, most of the people did not want something else, like our cookie spoon. So we want to grab the attention on the environmental impact and away from the eatable part.
Okay, thank you. I see you have learned a lot about the market and you have some good ideas. But it sounds really expensive. How are you going to finance it?
Yeah, you're right. It is expensive. We already did a crowdfunding campaign where we gained 12,000 euros. And we got 2 business angels, which are more helping with advices than just a small amount of money. Still, after calculating all the money we spent, earned, and still need for the first production batch of 600,000 spoons, which is the minimum quantity, we definitely need more money. So we have to include either an additional investor, for example, who would bring advice also, or go to a small loan, and down payments for the orders. That's a decision we need to make.
Okay, well, let's talk facts. How much will a spoon cost me or ice cream shop owner?
Facts, yeah. That's still in work. But I can tell you it will be around 8 cents per spoon. But the shop owners we talked to variate in their approach to finance the spoons. Some said they won't put it in their customers. Others said the customers will have to pay for it.
Wow, 8 cents. Doesn't seem a lot actually, but plastic spoons are cheaper, aren't they?
Yes, they are. A plastic spoon costs almost nothing, but you can't compare it this way though. It will be difficult, but depending on the market. Here in Switzerland, for instance, it will be much easier to sell spoons for 8 cents. That is than in some parts of Germany, for example. It always depends on the customer's willingness to pay. We talked to Peter about that, who is from Poland but lives in Switzerland, but he travels a lot. Let's see what he said.
Okay, let's see. Would you actually pay 10 cents for it, for example, if you go to an ice cream
No
shop?
problem.
Yeah?
I think more and more people are conscious about this plastic overusage, and of course, in my country, it's 10 cents is what it's also the people will pay. It's not big money, honestly.
Wow, it seems like you have everything planned out. So are you sure you want to keep going? Despite competition, unawareness, and all future challenges you might not even know of yet. Do you think your product can survive?
Like you said, there are tons of challenges. Right now, we struggle with our supply chain, for example. We found a great producer who gives us advice and good price, but there are laws and regulation in Germany which gives you a hard time. For example, if you pack food in Germany, the packaging has to be plastic, at least the first layer. So that's kind of counterproductive, right? But we can't go around that. We'll keep searching, of course, but until now, there's no good substitute for the plastic packaging. That's one of various problems we are faced with, but yes, we will continue. Right, Noor?
Yes, we will indeed. But honestly, who knows if it's going to survive? We hope we can challenge people's awareness of plastic pollution. and that our spoons are part of the solution to reduce plastic waste. We think with the backup of the upcoming laws and regulations against the plastic cutlery and the rising need of change, we will achieve a success.
Thank you guys so much being here today and share your story. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.